How's it going all? Welcome back to the shed. So this video might only be a bit of a short one, I'm afraid. I wanted to get one up at the weekend, this weekend, but time's been getting away from me. I've been messing around trying to get tyres on the other Bonneville, getting the old ones off. Generally like the wheels to go black, so they need cleaning up and spraying. I need to try and wrestle the tyres on. I've been rushing a bit too much, and I did manage to jam a tyre iron and just catch the inner tube on the front, which is a bit annoying. So that one, obviously I need to get a new inner tube, and at the moment it's like the 22nd or 23rd of December, so I'm not going to get a inner tube anytime soon. I might get one if I go into town tomorrow, but there's no super rush. But I'm trying to get the wheels on that Bonneville, because I think I'm going to probably use that one as the daily rider, and just gives me a bit more time to strip down the America for the switch over of stuff, because it's going to be really tricky. I think I mentioned before, trying to use the America as the daily rider and do as much as I can without compromising my need to use the America the next day. It's going to be far easier for me to have another bike that I'll be using whilst I take that one out of action. What else? So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, so it's been about a week, and the old yoke is nicely dried with the Bonnie steering stem, so it's time for a nice fresh steering bearing to go on there. And I need to decide what I'm going to do, make up the steering locks, steering stops. I don't think just the head of the socket bolt will be high enough. I think I'd like a little bit more length. So I'm probably going to try and utilise, I've got a little bit of, I want it to look nice. I mean, I could just wind some nuts on it and leave it, but it would look a little bit, yeah. I've got some sort of insert, those nutsert things. I was thinking maybe one of those, but they might be a little bit too tall. But if you get, just screw that down on there and that will sit on top of the yoke. I'm going to try and, I found this bit of scrap alley. So I need to just drill the centre hole out a fraction bit more, and I think if I chop that in half, that might do the job, and it just looks a little bit more nicer. So I think that might be the plan for this video. I'll try and get it done and up on Sunday. Just quickly as well, there's the other Bonneville wheels, which I'm cleaning up and getting ready for a bit of paint, and fresh tyres. So we've gone for some Metzler Torrents, gone up a little bit bigger than stock, so it's a 140 on the rear, is it a 110 on the front, but yeah, so get them on. Just got to wait for my new inner tube. To be honest, it's kind of a blessing in disguise. I was being a bit quick and cack-handed, but the rim tape was getting a little bit perished, so I've taken all that off. I'm going to start cleaning off that extra bit of surface rust that's on here, get some fresh rim tape on it, some fresh inner tubes in there. Let's do it properly. Yeah, anyway, onto my steering stem. So a lovely fresh new bearing, dust cap, so I need to pack this bad boy with some grease. I haven't located a tube long enough to go over, or the diameter big enough to go over the top of that and push down, so I'm going to just invert, and we'll go push down. Oops, that's the bearing, on the bottom of the steering stem there, and hopefully try and press it in that way. So I need something to bear down, or have as a kind of point to bear down on with this, and right in front of me. So I've taken the old race and slotted it so it's easier to get off that when it gets pushed. But the new bearing will go on. We'll have that over the top, and then that will push down on these plates here, and hopefully we'll all be good and I won't damage my lovely new paintwork. Okay, so got the bearing packed with grease, got my little drift, if you like, this is what we'll be pushing down on, so we're not pushing on the actual bearing itself. That'll be, the face of that will be sitting against the inner race, and then obviously, like I said earlier, I've just given that a chop with the angle grinder so it's a bit easier to prise off once it's pushed down. So let's get it set up in the old press. Oh man, well, it did it, but I hadn't pressed record when I was doing it, and I've just pressed it down and come back to move the camera and realised I didn't get any of that. But that was very quick and easy. Makes me wish I'd got one of these many steering head bearings ago. Much quicker than drifting it down. So I've just got to prise this one off, which should be quite easy with the slot, and we got ourselves a fresh bearing on. Cannot believe I didn't have that filming when that went on, but yeah, that was very quick and easy, much better than the old method I used to use, just tapping it and drifting it down. Happy days. Okie dokie. So what was next? Steering stem, steering stops. Flipping heck, man, tell you what, I am not with it tonight. I have no idea if this is going to work, but probably got more chance of getting a fairly even cut, clean and equal with this, he thinks, than if I did it with a hacksaw. Right, I'll go and take this up and see how these little spacers sit. I mean, ideally they'd be the same circumference possibly as that. I'm hoping, because they're just aluminium, really I want their kind of that steering stem plate to be hitting the stainless. I think this will be quite soft, and we'll get, mind you, I suppose the original stops are aluminium, but yeah, let's just go and see how that is for height wise, and make a decision from there. Okay, so they're on, and yeah, that's all nice. Alright, I haven't got obviously the race pressed in here, and if you can see there, we're two minds. I could sand a little bit more of that down. I could leave it, or I could just put a couple of washers underneath the head of the bolt. I'm not sure. I'm quite liking that. I think I might leave that as is. Yeah, it works. Did wonder about spraying them up black, but I think I'll just leave them. That was one of the other ideas I had, was one of these stainless riv nuts on there, but I don't know if, I mean, it's kind of neater that way. There's a nice, obviously nice flaring at the bottom there, but I don't know if they just stick up a little bit too much. That's the end of the video. A little bit of a short one, not as much done as I wanted to get done. I'm not too sure about those spacers. I've just had a quick go looking at what else I'd got, and so I just got a socket bolt and then drilled the centre out. That one's a bit rough and quick. In fact, I went with a 6.5 on that one. The other one I did was a 6, but that one's even, it's a bit off centre, that one. My 6mm drill bit is dead anyway, so and this is, being stainless, is a bit tougher. So that might look a little bit better when it goes on. Obviously it's a bit grubby at the moment, but that I think might be a better solution. So I might go and get myself a nice sharp fresh 6mm drill bit and do that for those. I think that will look a bit nicer. But there we go, short, sharp, sweet. Just not much time to get as far as I wanted to get stuff done this time, but happy Christmas and a happy New Year to you all. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.